eyes, but in my mind today, it seems like I opened my eyes just for a second, just for a blink, and I kept seeing people that I love crying. That's all I know from that.
Wow.
But I did not, that's before I opened my eyes. So that's where this radio person said, perhaps that's a divine.
Yeah.
I'm godly, so I think so.
Well, certainly a gift. It would be a gift, something to keep you holding on, to want to get back to these people. So, could be, could be. I thought it was kind of interesting too. You did say that you had to relearn how to talk, and people would speak to you, and all you could do was think back at them.
Yeah.
And it's so much frustration, right? Through this whole thing, things you used to be able to do that you couldn't, thought you were thinking that you couldn't share, that had to be a monumental part of your recovery.
Oh, and so stressful at the time.
Yeah.
And today, prior to, I used to say everything that was on my mind. I've learned today how to think before I speak. So I think that did a lot of that. But yeah, it was, I remember people talking to me and I thought the words were there in my brain, but they didn't know how to come out of my mouth.
Yeah.
So I would think at people. I was always thinking at people. And sometimes I would get mad. I would be like, I'm really thinking at you. And why aren't you getting this?
Why don't you get this? Yeah. Huh. Very funny. So now today, well, let me back up too a little bit. So as you were getting ready for work, you were dating the man that eventually became your husband, Adam. And he stayed with you through this whole recuperation process, this whole relearning, the becoming now who you are. He was there at your side.
Yes.
And 3.5 years, was it, after the accident? Something like that?
Yeah, well, let me see. Accident was in April of '86. I got married in November of '89.
Yeah. So 3.5 years later, this steadfast man finally won your hand. What a lucky guy you are, or woman you are, and I'd say he's pretty lucky too.
Oh, I think I am so blessed and lucky, yes.
Yeah. And your focus now, you'd said, is off of getting better, because you're obviously better.
I think I'm as good as any almost 50-year-old woman.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you went back to school, you got your occupational therapy assistant degree, you're writing books, you're extremely articulate, so you have, and I think that is a testament to you and your determination.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. So now you have some pets at home, and you're thinking of maybe getting into a little bit of pet therapy, are you?
I have 2 dogs, they're Border Collie rescues, and 2 cats. And my youngest dog is my baby. She's about 3 years old. And my oldest dog is 13 going on 14. And I worked full-time as an occupational therapy assistant for about 8 years. And for at least 4 of those years, I took my oldest dog with me. And oh, everybody just loved him so much. He's now older and he has dog geriatric problems.
Oh, sure.
But my youngest girl, I'm taking her, Phoebe, my 3-year-old, I'm taking her to pet training, and she's going to become a certified therapy dog. So she's going to have a certification test like I did.
She's going to have to work for a living.
Yeah, yeah. And the instructor, Lisa, she said, what I see for Phoebe is being what was the term? A reader dog, a dog to kids who have problems with reading would meet and they get to sit with therapy dogs and read to the dogs.
Oh, really? And
the trainer, Phoebe, is, as I said, part Border Collie. I think Burmese Mountain Dog. So she's real puffy and curly and cuddly, yeah. And so the trainer said Phoebe would be perfect because she's very loving and she's very cuddly, and then a child that doesn't read well would be very comfortable to curl up with Phoebe and read a book to Phoebe.
You know, I've never heard of that, but it kind of makes good sense. You're going to read to a dog who's totally non-judgmental. They're not going to correct anything. They're not going to note all your mistakes. So you relax and read better. What a fabulous idea.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I do too. Wow. So you outpaced anything that your doctors thought you could do.
Yes.
And that is fabulous news. And now your focus is helping other people with your dogs and helping them with your line of work that you do and this book that you've written.
Yes. And I'm not proud of myself per se. I'm pleased with where I am. And I would like everyone who's ever had a brain injury or known someone who has had a brain injury to see that we can get better. And I want to be a breath of fresh air to people. And as I said, I'm working with brain injured people, and I'm kind of a poster child. And again, I'm not so proud of myself. I'm just happy that I am where I am and that I can use the blessings that I've received to help others.
To help other people and give them hope, which is so much what you need in a scenario like this, that things will get better and you just have to work hard. And you are a perfect demonstration of that, I'd say.
Thank you. And I love to share my happiness. My story can go to anyone, how the economy has dropped and it's getting better, but how everything went so bad. And if I could come from a person who was in a coma to having my own business now, anyone can do anything. So the people that are healthy, they have no excuses.
Yeah, they don't have the hurdles that you had. Although I guess everybody's got hurdles, whether they are physical or mental or whatever.
Personal, yeah.
You know what I found kind of interesting in this was some of the real basic things that you kind of forget that you had to learn. And one of them was that you have a choice. If somebody there was a pile of something in front of you, you didn't just have to take the top one. You had a choice. You could go through the others, or and you think, well, sure, of course you have to learn that's something, but I forgot I had to learn that.
And there's so much. I can't even. It's hard to even bring that to the surface. I brought several instances together in my book. One thing that I distinctly remember is when I was still needed supervision and someone to watch me, but within earshot, I was sitting in front of a TV and I was watching the show and I was thinking at the TV, oh my God, I hate this show. I want to watch something else. And the prior me was saying, well, you can switch the channel. And the me of that time was going, and how?
Yeah.
How do I switch the channel? Yeah. I never thought of a remote or just to physically.
It's
something you just take for granted.
Yeah, that's funny. Well, this has been a really interesting conversation, and you are a testament to what you can do with determination. I was real happy to read this book and totally recommend it to anybody who has kind of any challenge. Brain injury is one, but any challenge that's before you, there is hope. And that's the gift that you bring to everybody that you touch in your life, I think.
Thank you. I hope so.
I think you do. So, Lori, it's been a pleasure. The half hour's already gone. And we have to close for now. But thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome, and thank you for having me.
You bet. And I'd like to thank all of you for joining us, too, at Local Authors, and we will see you again next time. Bye.